If you become Muslim, first thing you do, obviously, I'm giving an example, we don't drink alcohol, don't do drugs, we don't sleep around, we don't deal in interest, we don't eat haram food.
What does it say about cannabis?
No, I don't have to convince you anything. I just said convince you he's not lying. All right.
Because I want you, I didn't say you need to, I said I want you to convince me that he's telling the truth. I want to embrace Islam,
okay.
But I can't until I know that it's the truth.
What's a child, by the definition of a dictionary?
Child is someone, I don't know.
Prepubescent.
Sorry?
Prepubescent.
Okay.
Prepubescent.
Yeah.
And a paedophile lusts after prepubescent children.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's our paedophile. All right. Now Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him, according to the authentic hadith where she was 6 and 9, married her, how old was she? 6.
And consummated at 9.
9. A paedophile would not wait 3 years. But then you have to weigh up who has more of a good time or a bad time when it comes to alcohol. So, for example, yeah.
That could turn down to the individual. See, like my sister, she goes out often. She goes out with her partner quite often, and they generally have a good time. I don't go out often, and I still have a good time.
No, I get that. But there are people who drink alcohol to a level that's no good for them and causes harm to them.
So
right, so into that principle. So what Allah does, he's not like saying, oh, well, it might be okay for you, but not okay for you, but it's just a standard. You don't need it.
Yeah.
You don't need it. Seriously, you don't need alcohol.
Yeah.
Even if it's a party or whatever, to have a good time, you don't need alcohol. If you need alcohol to have a good time, that means you're not happy with how your status quo is. You need an escapism to get an artificial high, to get to a level in your mind where you think you're enjoying yourself. To be honest with you. So going back to your original point, if you follow, to worship Allah means to follow His guidance. To follow His guidance means to obey Him. To obey Him means to benefit yourself. And at the same time, when you worship Allah and obey Him, you follow His guidance, you heed the warning that this life is not the end of everything.
See, the reason why we asked the question was because, like I said, in Christianity, it's sort of like join us or you get killed. Like worship God, or I'm going to.
Well, in Christianity, it's very, very simple. No, in Christianity, it's very simple. Believe Jesus died for your sins, or when He comes back, He's going to kill you all.
Yeah. So it's completely different in Islam.
No, in Islam, Allah wants the best for His creation.
Yeah.
He wants you to have the best of lives, the most beneficial of life.
Yeah.
So He gives you a guidance to adhere to, and it's not just about you; it's society as well. Because it's not good helping you and society's gone to pot. So it has to be a society thing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when you follow that guidance and implement it in your life, you'll have a happy life and a beneficial life. And at the same time, Allah gives you a warning of a hereafter that could be bad or good. Now, the reason for that is...
It sounds very dictatorish, though.
Well, it is. But so what? I dictate my daughters. Do I dictate to my daughters because I like dictating and ordering them about? Or do I dictate to my daughters because I know what's good for them?
Yeah, but not... Yeah, but what's good for some people ain't always good for others.
No, but what I'm dictating...
Like, we was talking about women covering up.
Okay.
And I said if I was to convert to Islam, my missus wouldn't cover up.
Okay.
There's no way.
Why?
Way, shape.
Why not?
Because she's brought up very liberal. She's brought up in this country.
No, that's because her values right now are a particular set of values based on particular reasons.
Yeah.
When you become Muslim, your values...
Her values will still be the same.
No, they change.
Yeah, they change.
They change. Because what happens now, you see, when you become...
What's wrong with her values now, then?
Her values now?
Yeah.
No, her values are not God's values, are they?
So God's values is to cover up?
Yes.
Why?
Why? I can't catch a why. I can give you a rationale why. I can't give you the actual reason why. But I can give you an idea, if you like. I'll give you an example. I spoke to this gangster guy I know, right? His name's Carlos, really nice guy. Anyway, I said to him, what will make you happy, mate? He goes, what do you mean? I said, well, in life, what's going to make you happy? He goes, a good woman. I said, what do you mean? A good-looking woman, breasts, whatever, yeah, blonde, beautiful. I said, okay, fantastic. So that's going to make you happy? Yeah, that's going to make me happy. All right. how are you going to keep the happiness? What do you mean? I said, well, if she's beautiful, stunning, blonde, whatever, everyone else is going to think she's good looking also. He goes, yeah. And she's brought up in this society, so she's going to dress in a certain way, isn't she? He goes, yeah. I said, right, so when you go out, everyone's going to be looking at her, innit? He goes, yeah. I said, okay, so everyone's looking at her now. What are you going to do? You're a geezer, man. No, you are. What are you looking at? Looking at my bird for? Some people do.
That's your own insecurities.
No. Some people do.
That's your own insecurities.
No, some people do. No, he's got a reputation, isn't he? If he's a gangster guy, for example, and he's got a reputation, and
that's him as an individual.
No, so I'm using this example. I'm speaking to him, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'm speaking to him. So I said, so you're going to be like, people might going to be looking at your missus, innit? When you're walking down the road.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You might be happy with guys looking at your missus. You might be.
It's not even being happy with it. It's like I was saying to him, you should be like, I've been with my missus 20 years.
Alhamdulillah.
Children. Some stranger was dancing next to my missus last night. I didn't say anything.
No. 20 years is a long time.
Yeah.
20 years is a long time.
This is what I mean. Like.
No. But let me listen. That's like, I'm giving my rationale.
Yeah.
So with Carlos especially.
Yeah.
I go, so he goes, yeah, because I asked him, what would you do with guys looking at your missus? And he said, well, yeah, I'd ask him what you're looking at and all that, yeah? All right, fair enough. I says, what are you going to do when she's out without you? He goes, what do you mean? I says, well, I said, when guys are looking at your missus when you're with her, what they're going to do when you're not there? They're going to ask for a number and everything.
So he's
and he goes,
really going to go.
And then he went, oh, yeah, I didn't think of that. And I said, and then what will happen is you'll start getting possessive and jealous of her. You'll be asking when she comes home a bit late from work, where you've been, what time you call this, that, the other. You're not going out in that, whatever, yeah?
Yeah, so by your standards, you're saying...
No, listen. No. I'll come to that, don't worry.
Okay.
So basically, they'll come to a point where you're going to become so possessive and jealous, you're going to drive her away. She's going to be sick of you. Yeah, your possessive nature. Because he's the gangster, he's a bit paranoid, right?
Yeah.
I says, but if you was a Muslim, and your missus is a Muslim, and she covers up, when she goes out, there's nothing to see. No one's looking at her. So when she's out without you, no one's looking at her. So that insecurity is not there anymore. Yeah, when she comes home, she doesn't have to cover up. Now imagine a society when you go out and all the women are covered up, there's nothing to see. When you go home, that's when you're going to see your missus. Yeah? All right. In this society, women at home, generally, they dress daggy. After a while, they don't start wearing lipstick and whatever at home, they start tracksuit bottoms. You go out into society, you see models everywhere. Yeah. So now you're in a society now where you're looking at, everyone's beautiful. Everyone's all lip star and, high push-up bras and whatever. And you're thinking, am I missing out here? Not everyone. But you start thinking, I'm missing out here. Because what have I got at home? But the reality is this, if you pull one of those, they're going to become that. And that's the reality. Okay.
That's an assumption.
Well, no, that's the reality, because after 20 years, your missus don't have to make an effort at home anymore, does she? She's got no one to please, she's got no one to impress. You've seen her in as she is.
She doesn't have to, but she probably would want to.
Does she? Does your missus have to?
She does want to look nice.
No, but does your missus at home dress up?
No, when she's doing housework.
When you come home from work and she's sat in front of the TV, is she all dolled up?
No
way.
Around the house, no.
No way. No makeup on, no this. Just relax. Daggy tracksuit bottoms, maybe.
I don't go out and, like you said,
no, you don't have to. But this is not just about you.
Go out and look at Bruno.
No, but it's not just about you.
Think, I want that.
No. It's not just about you, though. We're talking about I'm talking about a society. We're talking about society here. So if when you went out and everyone's covered up, there's nothing to see. There's nothing to miss out on. Now you might have that nature. There are men who do have that nature. They think they're missing out. That's what people start having affairs. It's having affairs with the secretaries and all that business because they get bored of what's at home. Okay. Anyway, that's not the reason to cover up. I'm just giving an example of that. The reason I say the hijab is very important is because I believe if your uniform shows your intent, then wear it. So if, say your missus embraced Islam, but she doesn't cover up, who knows she's a Muslim? Nobody. Who's going to recognize her? Who's going to give a salam? Nobody. So, and the thing about Islam and human beings, we're social creatures. So we gravitate towards like-minded people. But if nobody knows you're Muslim, how are you ever going to do that? So for me, it's a standard. Like if I see a woman without hijab, I look at her daughter, she's wearing hijab, I know she's a Muslim now.
Could you have like a set of earrings or something, instead of like full dress gown?
No one's saying you have to wear burqa.
Yeah.
We're just saying I'm talking about the hijab now. Okay. So for me, if I see a sister in hijab...
See, like in this weather, like a hijab, walking around with a hijab and covered from head to toe, it must be very, very uncomfortable. So
Yeah, but it's about the reason why they're doing that.
So yeah, for your insecurities.
No, it's not doing it.
No.
I told you this.
No.
It hasn't said that they're not covering up for your.
They're not covering
All right,
up for us.
do you think that my wife wears hijab because I've told her to wear hijab?
No, but it is because you're insecurities.
No.
Everything you just said is.
No, that was a rationale. That was a rationale.
Yeah.
That wasn't my reason. That wasn't the reason I said Allah does
That's
it.
how we like it.
I'm just giving you an example. I said to you, what did I say? I can't give you the reason why. I don't know. I'm not saying Allah's mine.
I would like my 14-year-old daughter to wear a whole hijab.
of course.
Like, I would, because she's my 14-year-old daughter.
There you go. That's our wife.
No, but then I wouldn't do that to my daughter. Eh?
No. Here's the point, you see. My daughter has worn hijab since she's 6. Yeah, she wanted to wear it. And she's 14 now. Yeah. Now she wears hijab properly. The school she goes to, she's not allowed to wear it. But she'll wear it to the gate. And then she'll take it off and she'll come out and she'll put it back on. On non-uniform day, she'll wear it. When she goes on a school trip, she'll wear it.
Novelty sort of thing.
No. It's her identity. She sees it as her identity.
Okay.
Nothing to do with me. Now, my littlest one, she's 8. She's not interested. She's enjoying her hair. She's fine. But when she reaches the age of understanding, then she'll learn about Islam and she'll learn about the teachings and the guidance. It's very, very simple. Look, we believe Islam is guidance from our Creator.
Yeah.
You have to accept that premise as a Muslim. So we believe what Allah tells us to do is for our benefit. So whatever it is goes. So if it's wear hijab or when a girl reaches a certain age,
Like, do you not like?
no, I don't. I don't question my Creator.
Not in.
Nah, nothing. How can I question the one who created me?
How can you question? Because you got it.
No, but you can't, though, can you? You can't question the one who created you.
That's what you can't question.
How can you question the one who created you? I don't understand. See, here's a
start.
Go on.
It's writings from a book which is man-made. So
Well, that's a different point now.
yeah, I know, but
You have to understand the premise, isn't
we're talking
it?
about the Quran, yeah.
No, we can come to that.
Yeah.
No. I established the premise, isn't it? As a Muslim, I believe this is from Allah.
Yeah.
And you said, don't you question that? And I said, no, because I believe my Creator knows me better than I know myself. Yeah? Now so my premise has to be, the Quran is from Allah. Right. Now, if you want to challenge my premise, Bismillah.
See, I can't see. Me personally, I couldn't join a faith without questioning.
You have to question it. Well, the point is this: once you questioned it, recognize it as the truth, and embraced it, then you don't question Allah.
We questioned it.
I can question. I can ask, why has Allah done this?
I know he's questioning.
No. I can question, why has Allah done this? Why has He told us to do this? That doesn't mean I don't do it. I don't think I know better. If my premise is that the one telling me is the one who created me in the first place and knows me better than I know myself.
If two people were having a fight, what would the Quran tell you to do?
Break it up and then and then establish justice.
Wouldn't it be more advisable to just keep it moving?
Say it again.
Wouldn't it be more advisable to just stay out of it and keep moving?
Depends. If I see two drunks fighting, I ain't getting involved. If I see a Tottenham fan and a Millwall fan having a battle, I ain't getting involved. If I see a Muslim getting attacked, I'm going to stop it. Yeah? I'm going to see what's going on here. Why?
So say two Muslims are fighting.
Yeah, I'll stop it. I'd stop it.
Okay. Now your faith is telling you to do that, yeah? Is that your faith telling you to do that?
No. It's my no. It's my common sense. Look, if I see a Millwall and Tottenham fighting, I don't know who's been drinking. I don't know what is. You know what I mean? I don't know what the beef could be about. Anything. It could be about girlfriends. Could be anything. If I see two Muslims fighting, I'm thinking to myself, what could they be arguing about? What are they fighting about? They're Muslims, man.
Because I've asked someone else the same question. They said that they're obligated to go and stop it.
What, Millwall and Spurs?
It's just any sort of fight. So
Because I don't know the circumstances behind
that's exactly what I said to
Well, if I see a Muslim involved in it, I have to question, is this guy being attacked because he's a Muslim, because of Islamophobia and whatever? So if it's two Muslims, I have to stop it. Because you're brothers, what's going on?
Okay. So that's you having to stop it because you've been told.
No, I believe, as Muslim brothers, that this argument can't take place due to the guidance they're supposed to be on.
Okay, so what does the Quran actually tell you that you have to do?
The Quran doesn't mention two people fighting. What to do?
No, but give me an example of the Quran giving you a good example in life.
Okay, obviously don't drink alcohol. Don't gamble.
Okay.
Don't eye birds up in the street.
Okay.
Just an example. Don't deal in interest. Credit cards, debit cards, mortgages, loans, longer day pay loans, all this stuff. Store cars. lads. Live within your means. No, the interest is. Yeah, you know, Africa's in debt because of interest. You know what I'm saying?
Most of the world is.
Yeah, somehow like that. So it's a poison in a society. See, if you didn't have interest, you couldn't sell houses for millions of pounds. Yeah, it's a fiscal system and the interest and all that causes that issue. Now, don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean we're Muslims. We live in caves and we don't use money. We have to, but we have to make moves of what we can do. But the guidance is there, and also we have example of Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him, who is the Quran could seem abstract. You see, it's not a man. But Muhammad is a man, and he is the walking, talking Quran. So he'll be implementing what the Quran's saying. So we have a man that we can relate to, not a god or anything, a man. And we can try and adopt his stances, do you get me? It ain't that difficult. There's not that many things you need to start. If you become Muslim, first thing you do, obviously, I'm giving an example, we don't drink alcohol, don't do drugs, we don't sleep around, we don't deal in interest, we don't eat haram food.
What does it say about cannabis?
It's classed as intoxicant. Anything that intoxicates. Now, if you're saying to me,
we are humans with an endocannabinoid health system, and the one place where we can get cannabinoids from is cannabis.
look, if you're saying to me, if you make a pill with cannabis in it,
No, I'm not saying make a pill with cannabis in it. I'm saying that our health system is enriched by cannabis, yeah?
right?
So why would the plant say it's...
If you take cannabis in a pill, will it still intoxicate you?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. See, look, in Islam, it's very, very simple. We're not extreme. Okay, that might sound weird to that. We're not extreme. So, for example, if you're starving to death, you can eat a bacon sandwich. All right. If you're dying of an illness and the only illness the only medicine you can take contains alcohol, you can take that medicine. Okay. So if you have a disease like, I don't know, MS, for example, and there's some benefit in cannabis for that illness, I personally don't have a problem if a drug is made containing that property. What I do have a problem with is just blazing recreationally to get stoned, to get out your face.
I understand that.
My brother, thinks that smoking it cures the cancer.
He's silly, though, isn't he? That's like smoking
Can I just put this bag in
for
here?
a headache to disappear.
This is what I'm saying.
But there is ways.
There's got to be an
there is ways
education
that
around
you can induce cannabis, and it will help your health.
I'll say it again. See, what does Allah say with regards to alcohol? Okay. Allah says there is benefit in it, but the harm is greater.
Yeah, I don't see there's much benefit in alcohol.
Well, there is.
I mean, unless you're going to clean a wound.
No, there
or
are some
something
people,
like
like you said, have a social time with it, and there are some people who say a glass of wine a day helps the heart and all that nonsense.
Yes,
You
people
hear all this stuff.
benefit from it.
There are people who get some benefit from alcohol. You know, they've got no courage, but
But
they.
it's not in the same like you can't put alcohol being a benefit.
No.
and cannabis
No, we
being
can
a
apply the
benefit at
no, we
same
can apply the principle that if Allah's telling you that there is some benefit in alcohol, whatever it be, whether it's alcohol in medicine, whether it's somebody gets a bit of Dutch courage because they've been able to.
time. He doesn't tell you about the actual benefit of the
No, it doesn't need to.
cannabis part.
No. The
I'm just using the cannabis.
No. But it doesn't give you but it doesn't give you the example of the benefit of alcohol either. Basically, it just says even though there's some benefit in it, the harm is greater. Basically, the harm outweighs the good.
Yeah.
So whatever benefit you think you're going to get from this thing, the harm is far outweighs it.
Okay.
Now, that I would assume would apply to cannabis also.
How?
I would assume to
So
the.
you've got a nation that's dying of cancer, and there's one thing that can cure cancer.
That's different again, isn't it?
No, it's not different.
No, because it's
Can it cure
It's
cancer?
alcohol.
Can it cure cancer?
Well, it can.
Has it been known to?
Yes.
no, the CPD can, the THC can.
Yeah, where'd you get it from?
Obviously, you get it from the plant.
Exactly.
No, but that's different.
No, you
there's
see,
a
I
stigma
understand
saying
what
that
you're
THC doesn't do
So the-
anything.
so the
THC does.
THC is-
THCA is special.
Yeah, but it causes mental illnesses. The THC.
If you're smoking it or like,
I've never tried it.
but there's other ways where you can take
But the
cannabis
CPD
which
oil-
don't get you wrecked. Doesn't
I would personally say, we believe this as Muslims, every action is judged by its intention. So if your intention to smoke cannabis is to get stoned out your rocks,
Let's forget about cannabis.
Yeah, well,
let's
you
talk
brought it up.
about another plant that isn't cannabis.
heroin,
but- No.
opium. What do you want to talk
We
about?
use that in code.
Forget that.
You can use
We don't even need to go there.
cauliflower if you like.
We don't even need to go there. The point of the principle is this: we believe that the guidance that comes from our Creator is the best guidance for mankind. We believe that. Yeah. And I'm not going to question that because I believe it's from my Creator, and I believe my Creator knows me better than I know myself. He knows how I work, what makes me tick, and what benefits me and what harms me. Now, if you want to challenge, again, I'll say it. If you want to challenge the premise as why I believe that, that's the only thing that can affect my belief, isn't it? Now, if you want to challenge that premise, Bismillah.
I can't challenge
You
that
can.
premise.
You can.
I can't.
You can say it's a book written by a man. You can say that.
Yeah, well, it is. That's a fact.
Okay, who's it authored by?
You got so many different people back in history.
Who did Muhammad say give him the revelation?
He said that Angel Gabriel.
An angel came to him.
Yeah, wasn't it Gabriel?
It could have been. Let's say an angel. So, I did this earlier, I don't mind doing it again. There's 4 variables here, isn't there? Either he's telling you the truth, and an angel did come to him, or he's lying to you and making it all up, or he's crazy delusional, having visions of angels, or he's been deceived by the devil into thinking it's an angel when it's really Satan in disguise.
As if the devil exists.
Well, exactly. Well, are you an atheist, would you say?
I'm confused, like I said.
That's good. So basically what it is, you see, once you come to this, what you have to understand about those 4 options I gave you, one of them has to be the truth. Now, right now, I'm saying he told the truth.
And I'm saying he didn't.
Well, no, you haven't made a claim yet. Which one are you going with?
That's my claim.
Which one?
I've just made it.
Which one?
He's not telling the truth.
So he's lying?
Yeah.
Deliberately?
Yeah.
All right, so he's not crazy? No, and he's not deceived?
Well, lying is deceiving.
No. A deceived person thinks they're telling the truth.
Yeah, because still they don't tell the truth.
A deceived person thinks they're telling the truth.
He's deceived, you mean? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And a crazy person thinks they're telling the
If I
truth.
think he's lying about the whole situation.
No, that's fine. If you want to make a claim he's lying.
It doesn't really make much sense.
No, if you say he's lying, that means he knows he's not telling the truth. And as soon as someone knows they're not telling the truth, they're not crazy or deceived. It means they're deliberately doing it.
Yeah.
Is that your claim?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't know much about it.
But how can you make that claim then? You can't make that claim.
I can make that claim.
How can you?
How can you make the claim that he's telling the truth on the same basis?
Because I can dismiss the other 3.
How?
Okay, 1, deception by the devil is only brought up by what? The Christians. According to the Bible, the devil can't do what they claim he's done. Can't divide himself, oppose himself, attack himself, curse himself. According to the teachings of Jesus. So we can throw that away. Okay.
What if we don't go by the teachings of Jesus?
No, well then there's no
You think
deception.
that actually he can do them things.
Okay, the only person who'll make that claim is the Christian.
Yeah, but I don't listen to them.
So you can't
I'm
make
a
that. So,
blank page.
right. So if you're going to make that claim, you need to support your claim.
I don't. I need you to prove that he's...
No, I don't. Okay, first thing, I can't prove anything to you.
So then I could be right and you could be right.
We both could be. Yeah, of course we could. But
So I'm going to stick with my premise of if you can't prove to me that he's
Okay.
telling the truth,
Okay.
I'm going to stick to my premise that that guy could be crazy.
so you believe he's crazy?
Well, all right, that guy's lying.
You believe he's lying?
I don't know. I want you to.
All right.
I want you
All right.
to.
Do you know what belief
convince
is?
me
Do you know what the belief?
that he's
No,
telling the
I don't
truth.
have to convince you anything. I just said convince you he's not lying. All right.
But I want you. I didn't say you need to. I said I want you to convince me that he's telling the truth. I want to embrace Islam.
okay.
But I can't until I know that it's the truth.
Do you accept that one of those 4 variables that I said to you is correct?
Yeah.
One of them has to be true, the reality. Like it, don't like it.
Yeah.
Wife has to cover up. Who cares?
Yeah.
Right. That's the reality. Yeah. All right. So what do we say? Crazy, delusional. Lying or telling the truth.
Yeah.
So if I can dismiss crazy, delusional and lying, then he has to be telling the truth, isn't it? I can't prove he's telling the truth. Yeah, I can't.
But if you can disprove.
No, what I can show you, what I can do is hear your claim. My claim, I believe he's telling the truth because I don't believe he lied, and I can give you my reasons, no problem. And I don't believe he was crazy, and I can give you my reasons, no problem. And I don't believe he was deceived, and I can give you my reasons, no problem. You're claiming he lied, so you need to give me your reasons why he lied. Now, but to know that, you need to know his social situation and what was his motivation to do what you're claiming he did. But you don't know that, and that's the problem. But we can waive that because I can dismiss all 3 anyway. Or I can, what I can do, I can tell you why I don't believe the other 3, yeah? All right, let's start with deception. The claim is what? The devil pretended to be an angel, came to the cave, imitated an angel, to fool Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him, that he's a messenger of God, and then to reveal for 23 years what he thought was from God was from the devil. Yeah? That's the deception claim. Why would the devil do that? Was my first question. Why would the devil go to a cave to speak to a pagan Arab? I wouldn't say he's pagan Arab, but basically in a place where they're worshipping idols, and tell them, stop worshipping idols, worship God. Worship the God of Abraham, yeah? And then start bringing all these guidances into them, warning them against the devil, telling them that he's accursed and stay away from him and whatever. Because one, the devil doesn't want you to believe God exists, and two, he doesn't want you to believe the devil exists. Because what did they say? Was it Kaiser Sose? The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was to convince the world he doesn't exist. So if the devil doesn't want the world to know he exists, the last thing he's going to do is produce a book convincing the world he exists. Just doesn't make no sense. And then guiding them towards all sorts of goodness.
Okay, but by guiding them to goodness, he also reveals himself as well, because you can't have good without bad.
No. Satan does not want people to know of his existence. Would you accept that?
No.
Oh, he does want people to know?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. If you were Satan, and you don't want people to worship God, do you?
Okay.
You don't want people to worship God, do you? You don't want people to believe God exists, do you? Because you have to know what's Satan's plan. Yeah. And if you're Satan, you don't want people to know you exist, because then otherwise they're going to look out for you and they're going to try to avoid you and they're going to avoid your traps. But if you don't know you've got an enemy, the enemy can assault you daily without you knowing it. Yeah. But once you know you've got an enemy, you're aware from it. You're looking for protection. You understand? Yeah. So if you look at the Quran, it's completely opposed to Satan. Okay. Curses him, tells you to seek refuge from him, tells you about God's existence, and all it destroys idolatry, all of these things. Yeah. So it doesn't make any sense whatsoever for the devil to get Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him, and give him a book to prove or to convince the people the devil exists and God exists and to seek refuge, and it doesn't make no sense. Now, me personally, I can't believe that. You might be able to believe that, but I can't believe that. It makes no logical sense to me.
Well, it wouldn't make logical sense to us because we're just humans. We like trying to put human logic.
No, but you got to justify it. You got to justify it, and then look at the teachings.
Because it sounds like you're talking about two different football teams. Like
no. Let's establish something. Let's establish one thing. The God and the devil are not equals.
No,
we don't believe that. No. No, the devil's just a creation of God. Okay. Yeah. The devil needs permission to do anything.
Okay. So how do we measure what's good to what's bad? Like
what God says is good,
and what the devil does is bad.
No, no, it doesn't work that way. No? What God says is good, and what God says is bad, is bad.
Okay.
The devil just inclines you towards the bad.
Okay.
The standard of good and bad is God. Nothing to do with the devil. All the devil can do is beckon and call you and whisper and try and trick you into it.
Okay, so now, hasn't the Quran beckoned all these people to it?
No. It's not beckoned you to worship the devil, has it?
If you believe... See, it's a deceiver. The devil's a deceiver.
No. Why would
he's the deceiver and he's deceived you using the Quran, you could be unwillingly doing what he wants.
So I could be unwillingly worshipping God and cursing the devil.
Yeah, but at the same time, it could be what he wants. So he's existence.
So he wants me to worship God.
For his existence to exist, he might need.
But he doesn't want me to know he exists.
Why doesn't he?
Because he's our enemy, and your enemy doesn't want you to know he exists.
You might be a big-headed person and just decide, I want everyone to know I exist. Otherwise, they ain't gonna. I can't.
Look, if you think you can justify what you're saying, look, I've given you my reasons for. Yeah. This is all about probabilities here.
Yeah.
So you think the devil's going to deceive? Yeah, give me your reasons, and
because how else would anyone know of their existence? Like,
but the devil doesn't want you to know.
Why would God know their existence?
No.
Why would God want you to know?
No. That's different. The God wants you to stop worshipping statues and worship him. That's why he went to pagan Arabs.
Why? But if the statue's giving you a benefit and you are able to change yours, because you've got a belief system, you could be an alcoholic, yeah? And this statue, you've been told this statue, if you pray to it, if you worship it, it's going to stop you from being an alcoholic. And you stop being an alcoholic. Is that not a beneficial thing?
Okay, first thing, what did we say? Who do we worship? God Almighty, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but you just said God doesn't want you to worship a statue. But I'm just saying,
God wants you to worship Him.
Yeah.
Did he want you to follow?
Well,
how are you going to follow guidance from a statue?
I'm not saying how or anything like that.
Well, you got to.
I'm just saying, what if...
You've got to justify what you're saying. You can't just say things.
I'm justifying it.
How's that justified?
Because the alcoholic has got refuge from this statue.
Okay, so what guidance is he getting from the statue?
Whatever guidance has stopped him from being an alcoholic.
What guidance can the statue give you?
Same as a book.
No, a statue is a piece of stone. A book is information. What information can a statue give me? Or what?
So
Nothing.
a statue, see, like when you've got a statue here and there's a guy riding a horse and you know who that statue
What
is.
benefit is that to me?
No, but it does tell you the story of this person and blah blah blah.
No, it tells-
what it means and what he did. So it does tell you stuff. Just
No.
like a book can.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't give me any guidance whatsoever.
I never said a guidance.
Well, the whole point is God's guidance, isn't
Okay.
it?
Hurricane caused England to lose the World Cup.
Yeah, you gotta be an Arsenal fan.
Come.
So, where was we?
Basically, you were trying to say that a statue can give you guidance in life. That's your point.
No, I'm just saying.
Well, no, yeah.
No. I'll
yeah.
give you an example. If the statue did do that.
Give me an example of a statue doing that.
No, I'm just saying for an example. See, like in
What did I say to you earlier? Probabilities.
See, like in,
do you believe that? No, do you honestly believe that?
What?
What you're just saying? Do you believe what you're
I'm not
saying?
saying that I believe that.
No, because here's the point. You see, I'm not. But I'm not interested in devil's advocacy. I'm interested in what you believe and why. And if you're going to make a claim of something, I want you to support it with rational reasons.
Okay.
Right now, you're saying to me, God doesn't mind you worshipping statues because that statue might stop you being an alcoholic.
I'm saying, what problem does he have with you worshipping that statue? Why does he not?
Because he doesn't want you to worship pieces of rock.
Why?
Because they have no benefit to you.
Why not?
Because the whole point of worship is to receive guidance and benefit.
Yeah.
There's no benefit in a piece of rock.
But like I just said to you, if someone does get benefit from worshipping that
What
rock,
benefit? Some deception,
it could be a deception, but
Okay,
it's
well that's
still
not
a benefit.
Who says it's a benefit?
Because now that person isn't an alcoholic or whatever. Through worshipping this rock.
There's no guidance in that.
I know there's no guidance, but so I've come to you, yeah. You're an alcoholic, and I promised you that if you worship this rock, you're going to stop becoming.
How's that going to stop me being an alcoholic?
It's trust more than it's
It's
alcohol.
more, yes. It's
Right, how's it going to stop me being an alcoholic?
So now you're asking.
No, how's it going
me
to stop me?
trust
How's it going to stop me?
I don't know.
Well, you just made the claim it will.
But the problem here, he'll always have that where he'll be able to go back to that alcohol because he'll have no guidance to keep him on the same
No, but
path.
there's,
Surely the alcoholic would say, why should I worship this rock?
yeah, generally that's what a person would say.
Well, obviously rational.
What I'm
Yeah, but
saying
I
is a
think-
hypothetical thing.
No, but we're dealing with a hypothetical here. So you tell this guy, if I came to you and say, look, your dad would not be an alcoholic if he'd have worshipped this stone. Your first question would be, why? What can the stone do for me?
No, I know that, but that's because we're talking about.
No, well,
reality.
you would-
I'm talking about a hypothetical thing.
Okay, in a hypothetical situation, if I said that to you, what would you ask me? You'd say to me, what power does a rock have?
So you go with that.
Unless I was an idiot alcoholic who didn't care and just wanted to get off it and started praying.
But how is it going to stop you being an alcoholic?
Because you're there praying all the time.
How is that stopping you being an alcoholic?
Because you're there praying all the time. You ain't got time to go to the pub.
So
And
you-
your
so you're
belief-
saying to me, you have to
belief that this rock is doing it to you,
No
your
disrespect, but you're
belief-
taking the hypothetical to the
I
ridiculous.
know.
You have. There's no practicality in what you're saying. Unless you're a monk in some garden and you stay there all day, that's another story. Yeah. But the point here is this. I don't believe, personally, you can believe what you like, mate. People believe in all sorts in this part, man. Yeah? People talk about invisible pink unicorns on Mars. But anyway, you have to justify what you're saying. Now, we can only go off probabilities. Now, I've explained to you why I don't believe the devil deceived Muhammad because of what the Quran says, and it completes a complete antithesis of what the devil stands for. Me personally. I think the devil wants chaos, the Quran brings order. I think the devil doesn't want people to know he exists. The Quran warns you against him, tells you to seek refuge from him. The devil doesn't want you to believe God exists. Yeah? And therefore, the Quran tells you to worship God. So, for the devil,
Has the Quran brought order in all the
Yeah, if you follow it.
Islamic
if you follow it, you'll have it. If you
in
don't,
all the Islamic
if you follow it,
so these Islamic nations don't follow it.
Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, Allahu Akbar.
That's the case, unfortunately. Look, you know, people talk about Israel and all that, yeah? Do you know what I blame for the state of Israel? The Arabs. Why? Because the Muslim Ottomans had control of Palestine. And what did they do? They joined with the English, Lawrence of Arabia, and they fought against their Muslim brothers. They took Palestine off the Ottoman Turks. And what did the English do? Reneged. Said, we're not giving you Palestine, kept it, and then what? It became the Jewish homeland. Now, if the Arabs didn't go against their Muslim brothers, which they're not supposed to, Palestine wouldn't be in the hands it's in today. It wouldn't be in the state it's in today. So for me personally, no, Muslims in the world today are not following the teachings of Islam. And when I say it's not just the Quran, you see, it's the Sunnah as well. It's the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and his guidance. I told you what, he's the walking Quran. So you can't just the Quran blindly.
He couldn't read or write.
Well, they say illiterate. I don't know what level of illiterate. Whether it's he couldn't write his name or whether he couldn't write a book. I don't know.
Was the book written after he passed?
The book was put together, compiled.
After he had passed.
It's
Yes.
an oral trilogy.
Well, no, it was put together before he passed.
So it could be mistaken as well. Someone could have added.
If you want to make a claim of a mistake, you can do.
No, I'm just saying there's.
No, if you understood how it was compiled and the conditions of each ayat had to have 2 oral witnesses to the verse and written witnesses to the verse, and it had to be confirmed by the community. It was a community project. It wasn't one man putting it together. It was a community project. So you needed to have, so for example, one verse. You needed to have who heard that verse, who heard that verse. You needed to have multiple chains of.
So how long after did they compile it?
It would have been after he died, when it was during the reign of. It started off. Abu Bakr, his daughter had one, and then Uthman, the third Khalif. So it's irrelevant. The point here is this: when the Quran was compiled, there was such strict conditions that went into it that the people who brought forward the verses had to be oral, different people orally and written, because the Prophet Muhammad SAW, when he recited a verse, he would call commissioned writers to record the verse, and non-commissioned writers would record the verse. Yeah. So it's another subject, and it's a huge subject, but it's quite easily done. That you quite easily seen, should I say, that the Quran today is what was revealed by Muhammad. Why? Because they're reciting it, so they're memorizing it. Yeah. If you change the Quran, you can't change the memory. Like they talk about the nonsense about the goat eating a verse of the Quran. How does that change the memory of the people who recorded the verse? Yeah. So if I heard a verse of the Quran, I know. There you go. You're talking about it, and you know what? It absolutely stinks, man. It's disgusting smell. Disgusting.
It's a preference.
I hate it.
It's preference though.
That's it. Now blowback. All that crap. Oh God. Anyway. Yeah, well, that's fine. So basically, God, you took me right off my track. So the point here is this: the Quran was a community project put together. It was under strict condition, and like I say, people memorize the Quran from Morocco to China, and you can go hear the Quran wherever you go in the world today, and it's the same Quran. There is no difference. Alhamdulillah. Now the claim of Muhammad, like I say, is what he got this from God. I'm sorry, mate. I'm taking deception away. So we're left with crazy delusional. Well, the question needs to be asked: could a crazy delusional have come up with this? It's a very simple answer is no. And for people to follow it, no. For people to be persecuted for it, no. For him to be known for 40 years as an honest man, and then all of a sudden what he's going to do lally and stuff, and people are listening to it, no. I don't buy that. If you want to make the claim, bring your evidence, I don't mind. You give me your reasons for it. We'll go with probabilities again. Personally, I don't get it. The only one you can truly bring to the table is a liar. Only one, to be honest with you. Delusional doesn't wash, nor does, because 23 years he's got to be delusional for. He's got to hold it together for 23 years. If you heard the Quran over 6 months or something like that, you could probably get away with it. 23 years after battles and this and that, and he's still delusional? Come on, don't buy it, mate. So you're left with a liar. Now, to understand the lying claim, you need to understand his social condition. So he's married to the richest woman in Mecca. So he has no problem with dough. His uncles are the custodian of the Kaaba. So he has no problem with status. He's known for 40 years as the one to tell the truth. The one who would arbitrate between warring tribes who disputes because they trusted his judgment. Why would he lie? Why would he go down and break the status quo? Why would he put his own life in threat? Why would he get the people who followed him persecuted? Why would people follow a lie? Why? What was his motivation? He was told.
It elevates his personal status, no?
No, he didn't. It lowered his status. It lowered his status.
Yeah.
He had status.
He had more followers before.
No. He was in a city where he was married to the richest woman, and his uncles were the custodian of the Kaaba. Now the Kaaba made its money how? From pilgrims coming to Mecca.
So his wife was the richest.
One of the richest women in Mecca. Yeah,
So
Khadija.
then he might have felt inferior to her for a start because she's got all this money and he doesn't.
Did he ever imply he was? No.
Yeah.
Did he ever make this implication?
Would you? Would you go around saying, "Oh, I'm jealous of my missus. She makes more money than me"?
People do, yeah.
Would you?
No, but you've got to understand his character, isn't it? It's like me saying to you, the Queen got caught last night burgling a house. Would you believe it?
I wouldn't say. If there was evidence to support it, then yeah.
You'd believe it.
If there was evidence to support it,
What?
I mean, I've just given you a reason.
So you're telling me if I said to you,
giving you a reason of why he might have.
so you're saying to
tried
me,
elevate
if I said to you today, did you hear about the Queen last night? She got caught burgling a house. Your first response would be, why would the Queen burgle a house?
Obviously.
First of all, her character's not burgle. No. But we are. When you hear that, and it's preposterous, yeah, it's the same.
But what I just said wasn't preposterous. You said
No. Listen, I'm saying to you, when I said, the Queen got caught burgling a house last night, to you that sounded ridiculous. When you talk about Muhammad yeah, that he was jealous of his missus, yeah?
I said it's a possibility.
All right. I think exactly the same thought as you when you thought about the Queen. Because of his character. It's out of his character. This is not an abstract guy. This is a guy we know all about. Yeah, we know his nature is not that.
Yeah, but you have people that do things out of character a lot of the time. Like, say for an instance, a priest who goes around fondling little boys. Is that in his character?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
He's a priest.
He's a character,
so,
sir.
to the outward
Okay, we're
looking people,
okay.
you would see him as...
Using
as
your
a nice
example,
person.
a priest or a Catholic priest especially, they don't get married. Yeah, they have to repress themselves sexually, and so they prey on what's vulnerable. And as an altar boy is, unfortunately, that's the target. Yeah, that's why in Islam we don't have this celibacy nonsense. This is where you get married and have children. Alhamdulillah. So, no, you're correct. It's out of character for a man to do that.
Especially in that position.
No, but the position he's put himself in and the conditions he's put on himself is not natural.
So if you hadn't found out that that priest was a paedophile, then you could go on believing that he is such a good person.
No, you could do, but if someone told you a priest
And
got
that's what
caught,
I'm saying
so if you heard a priest got caught abusing a kid, yeah, would you be shocked and surprised and think, oh, that's out of character for a priest?
Not now.
No, you wouldn't. You think that's a Catholic priest do. Because why? Because they put this burden upon themselves, which sexually frustrates themselves, and they can't do anything about it. And so what do? They need an out, so they prey on what's vulnerable and what's around them. Yeah? So therefore, it isn't out of character. But when you talk about Muhammad, yeah, because we know his nature, it just...
I think we know his nature.
Well, we do know his nature.
We think we do. Because we read a book and
Well,
been
no,
told that he...
because we know about the people who knew him, we know people who grew up with him, we know people how he was.
Yeah.
Right. So you know how the Queen's nature is, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but the hadiths contradict themselves as well, so do the scholars, don't they?
What?
Like, don't they all agree with each other, the hadiths?
What are you on about?
Like, all the writings about Muhammad and his character from the hadiths.
Give me examples.
The example of Aisha being a 6-year-old and then consummating at 9.
Right.
That's apparently in one hadith, but it's not in another hadith. She was 19 in another hadith.
No, there's no hadith saying she's 19.
Oh, is there not?
The other idea that she was 19 is derived from other hadith that imply. So you got explicit hadith with a number, and then you have implicit hadith which imply that she couldn't have been that age because this wouldn't have happened, or she wouldn't have known this at that point. She wouldn't have been alive if that was the age. So when you marry those things up, that's what you derive from that. She must have been, she must have been at least 13 or 14, I would say, from looking at the other hadith. Now, that's just an opinion, all right. But let's say she was 6 and 9. What's your problem?
I don't
No,
have a
I'm
problem.
going to example.
I'm
No, I'm going to give an example.
there's two
If Muhammad had lived in London, England in the 12th century, he could have married her at 6 and consummated the marriage at 9 according to English law.
Yeah.
So it isn't an issue. And across all civilizations, it was a standard.
Yeah, but that's...
But it doesn't change
I have
anything.
an issue with that, like I was saying before. Why didn't Muhammad say that there was going to be why didn't he get a message saying that this is going to cause a problem later on in life?
Why should he? It's normal.
Because now look at how many people are attacking Islam because of that
Oh, okay.
particular thing.
How long did it take them to attack Islam because of this particular thing?
Does it matter?
Yes.
Why?
Because nobody attacked it for 1900
We
years.
have Tommy Robinson if it weren't for that hadith.
You believe
If it weren't for that.
Do you think Tommy Robinson came up with that hadith?
No, would we have a Tommy Robinson if it wasn't
Yes,
for that
because
hadith?
Tommy Robinson was created because
That act.
Tommy Robinson, listen. Don't fool yourself. Tommy Robinson.
I'm
No,
not a
listen. Tommy Robinson was created because of the Muslims abusing the soldiers returning from Iraq.
Yeah, but could he have been
No.
created if that hadn't have happened?
If what didn't happen?
The whole Aisha being 6 and
It's got
9.
nothing to do with Tommy. That's nothing to do with Tommy Robinson.
No, but he uses it as a way of attacking Islam.
No. He uses it because he says Islam's a political ideology.
Yeah, but he also uses that.
Yeah, but if he didn't have that, he would use something else.
That's what I'm saying. But
how can you use that? How can you use that?
He does use that, and he does.
No, but you can't
and
use
a
that.
lot of people jump
Okay,
on that
what does the Quran say about age of girls when you marry them?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
All right, so mental and physical maturity.
Yeah. So if it, like I said to him, if we could agree that, say, a 25-year-old, pretty much across the board, is physical and mentally at the right age. Why?
Well, it depends. He's got.
See, he's got haram for alcohol and stuff like that.
Okay, first thing you make first thing you're building on a false assumption.
I'm not.
You are.
Let
You're
me
acting like
finish.
Muhammad made that law.
No.
You
Why
are.
wasn't he given a law? That's what I'm
No, he
asking.
was.
a law that you shouldn't sleep with anyone until they're 25.
No, but that's not the law, is it?
No, but why?
What's the sex age in England?
But I'm saying, because of everything that has happened now, because of the
No.
stigma of what happened then, if he was given
Okay,
a
do you
message
honestly think that has any effect?
on Islam?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Well, if you look at all the rallies that go
one
on
cares
here,
about
there's
Do you think the
thousands-
rallies are all about Aisha?
No, they're not. It's a way. Look, someone like Tommy Robinson is using it as a way to power himself
Yeah,
and getting all these
No, he's
people
not.
to follow.
No, he's
Yes,
not.
he is.
No,
What's
he's
he
not.
doing then?
He's using Islam as a political ideology. That's what he's using.
Yeah.
That's his claim. That's his.
So whenever I watch videos and he's going, you're all paedophiles and this, that, and the other, that's got nothing to
Bring
do
Tommy
with that.
Robinson here, yeah, and I'll destroy his claim.
I'm not
and then
saying
what?
that. I'm
No,
talking
no.
about-
Have you seen Tommy Robinson challenge someone like myself on this issue? Has he been educated on this issue?
But that's not what I'm saying.
What's a paedophile?
That's
Let's establish something here. What's a paedophile?
someone that sleeps with someone that's way beyond the age.
No, someone who sleeps or has sexual urges to children.
Yeah.
What's a child?
Exactly.
No, what is a child? Well, let's go.
Me personally, I would say is anyone under the age of 25.
No, that's not a child.
That's me.
Well, that's not a
personally.
child. But that's not a child.
me personally. Bruv, yes.
No, that's fine.
It's just me personally.
No, all right.
I'm not saying this.
What's your name again, sorry?
I think there's
What's your
someone
name?
that's 5
What's your
years
name?
old is mature.
Listen.
That's up to you.
What's your name?
But I'm saying law. I'm 16.
Bro, can you
that's
say
the law. I'm
Relax.
just saying to you what my personal
Okay,
thing.
all right, have that thought. It's not mine. All right, sorry. What's your name again? Sorry. What's your name again? Sorry. Rob. Sorry, forgive me. Okay. What's a child by the definition of a dictionary?
Child is someone. I don't know.
Prepubescent.
Sorry.
Prepubescent.
Okay.
Prepubescent.
Yeah.
And a paedophile lusts after prepubescent children.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's our paedophile. All right. Now Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him, according to the authentic hadith where she was 6 and 9, married her. How old was she? 6.
And consummated at 9.
9. A paedophile would not wait 3 years. First thing. Let's just.
not calling
No.
him a paedophile.
Well, I'm dealing with Tommy Robinson because he's in prison. Yeah. All right. So a paedophile would not wait 3 years. A paedophile preys on children. When a child reaches puberty, the paedophile moves on to the next child. That's their standard. All right. Disgusting standard. All right. Now, Muhammad, peace be upon him, he was the king of Arabia. If his reasons for marrying Aisha was because he wanted to marry children, have sex with children, he could have had children around the block, mate. Yeah? If he's the author of the Quran, he could have said, yeah, marry children. He could have had, right? But the question we need to ask ourselves, if his purpose of marrying Aisha at such a young age was for sexual gratification, why was she the only wife he married who was a virgin? Why were all of his other wives widows and divorcees when he could have married anyone?
We're going off topic.
No, it's the same topic because we're asking. You're implying, not you, sorry. Tommy's implying that the reason he married Aisha so young is because he wanted to have sex with children.
Yeah.
And yet we find all of his wives, other than Aisha, were widows and divorcees.